Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular tutorial I'm going to be teaching you the process of a cartoon strip. I'll be using my cartoon strip, which is Adam and Eve, which runs on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think it's also on Pinterest, and I fairly regularly put it on my LinkedIn page as well. So it is free. It's free to view. Go along and look at it. Find me, Carl Dixon, on Facebook. There'll be links down below in the description. And I do them thrice weekly at the moment, along with Sleepy Hamlet. So when I'm doing the cartoon strip tutorials, I will be using my characters, Adam and Eve, on a regular basis. It's to let you know about it, and this is all about marketing. We all know that. And the more you see it, the more you might enjoy it, and the more followers I may pick up. Because we all know what Facebook's like for making sure that only they let you know, or only they let your readers see what they want you to see, not what you want them to see. So I'm trying to get it a broader coverage. So we'll use Adam and Eve for the cartoon strips. That's basically it. Having said that, although it's called Adam and Eve, it isn't a religious strip, although it does use the two iconic characters from the Bible. This cartoon strip is really a husband and wife comic strip, and it's about what happens when the magic goes out of the relationship. There's the snakes in there, there's a bear in there, there's a few other characters, there's the yappy dog, which they'll all become apparent as the YouTube tutorials go along, or if you subscribe to me on Facebook, you'll see them on there as well regularly. Right, okay, that bit aside, it is a comic strip. It's in a different format. You can't, maybe not recognisable at this particular stage. It's a 3-panel format, but I do it one on top of the other rather than next to each other as a standard newspaper strip. The reason I do this is because most people consume their entertainment, shall we say, through the mobile phone, and that's generally a portrait format. So I do the portrait cartoon. It fits in quite nicely, and it also fits on Instagram perfectly as well. So you've got to think about all the formats there. That aside, I guess let's move on to the tutorial part of it. With Adam and Eve, they're cartoon strip characters, so they're a standard format. They're a little bit different to my single panels. Because you have a cartoon strip, you have even less space to play with than, say, a single panel. So the more simplified the characters are, the better they become. I mean, I know that you can enlarge it on your phone, and I don't apply that to my Sleepy Hamlet, but Sleepy Hamlet is a graphic novel and it's going to be printed as a book. I know that you can enlarge it and what have you, but if you go to a newspaper, if I do produce these and put them in newspapers, then they're going to want to be able to reduce them and still work out what's going on. So with all cartoon strips, you have to keep size very much to the forefront. The other important part about a cartoon strip is words. I think it was King Features Syndicate who said anything more than 250 words, and that's it, and people start to lose interest. They want a quick, simple cartoon that they can look at, digest, and move on to the next one. If you have, say, for argument's sake, Garfield, what have you, he literally very, very few words. But then if you go to Doonesbury, a fine strip in itself, but it's very, very wordy. It does put some people off. Some people. So, rule of thumb, if you can, keep your writing very, very brief. The editors will thank you for it, and your readers will thank you even more. Okay, so here we go. I've penciled the first panel, and with the balloons I use ellipses. I don't mess around with trying to draw a nice little shape for a balloon. I used to do that in the past, but it's just a pain. So put these balloons in. You have to kind of guess. I kind of know what size balloon I'm going to use now, because I know what the words are going into it. I've got the script already, and I can roughly guess. I very rarely get it wrong. With a cartoon strip, it's also good to have some kind of a format. With my Adam and Eve cartoons, I always have the middle panel smaller and it's always a head and shoulders shot. It's very rarely anything else. And this particular one, you've got the snake. Snake doesn't have a name. I don't know why, it's just the snake. And he's a kind of he's the bridge between them all. He's not a smart ass, he's not a wise guy, but he's a bit of a philosopher, and he does help them out of their problems every now and again. This particular one is reading Eve's star signs. So I'm having a bit of fun with the zodiac in this particular strip. Right, so like I say, stick your characters to a good format, a good general format that you can use a lot. One that is very clear, readable if it's in a newspaper. Always draw a cartoon strip with a newspaper in mind, even if it goes into a magazine or just online. You still have to keep that format in mind, because you never know, and it saves you redrawing it in the future. Now these Adam and Eve characters, rather than my single panels, should we say, they're almost like pears, aren't they? Their bodies are pretty much like a pear. If you just drew the body shape and stuck a little thing out the top of the head, you'd have a pear. So that's how simple it is, and it's how best to keep it simple. That shape can be used for all kinds of action if required, and you just build everything off it as normal, as I normally say. Like, there you go, there's the feet, his toes come off a bread shape, his little stubby legs are in there, and there goes his fig leaf to save his embarrassment. The nose came off the top section, there goes the ear. See, once you've got the shape, everything's so much simpler. There's his little moustache there, little Charlie Chaplin moustache. Now, this little bit here, I just started drawing it. I've no idea why. The beauty about a cartoon is you can invent your own thing. You don't need to worry about having things right. So he's got pockets. He's got pockets in his birthday suit, and I don't know why I do it. It's not possible, but you know what? It works. Readers have mentioned it. I think they quite like it, so I just kept it in. It's another thing you do with a cartoon strip. Your readers will tell you what they like, and you start off with your idea and you work in those things that they like, and it just becomes more and more popular. They feel part of the strip. Right, so there we go. We're about to start on Eve now, so you'll see the same process again. Starting off with oval shape. Now she's looking back at Adam this time, but her body's still facing the same way. It was still facing front and centre, if you like. So we're now working off the back, but it's still a pear shape. It's still the same pear shape. There we go. And I put the feet in this time first. Normally I work off her breast line, which is I just draw just a quick line there so I know where they come down to. Then goes the hair. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4. And now I can start to define Eve's shape. I know where the breast line is. There's a little stumpy legs, and there's the toes going on the bread shape feet. She never has her pocket because she's got more fig leaves. The reason I say that is because the more detail that she has, the less room she has to use her arms, should we say. So they tend to just be either hanging down by the side of her or expressively out at either side, usually when she's yelling and bawling at Adam, which is fairly regular. It's not a nagging thing. He does deserve it. His mouth is usually in gear, in neutral, and he goes straight into gear, and he doesn't think about anything that he says. Right, so now we're just getting the snake's booth ready. It's because he's also a bit of a businessman. He's got lots of little business ideas. He's a doctor, he's an astrologer, he's into Zen. He'll have little shops, all kinds of things. He's a bit of an opportunist, I think, but all for it, a very gentle character. And so here we go. That's it. That's pretty much the penciling stage of my cartoon strip Adam and Eve. There will be an inking stage now. That's the next bit, and I shall see you when I do that. Got to put a few more ellipses in here. I forgot to put the word balloons in. Can't be doing that. So there will be an inking stage, as I've said, after this, and we will have a good chat there. There'll be a bit of speeded up stuff there as well. So a little bit of inking and probably a lot more speeding up. Okay, now the other thing here with the ellipses, some of them burst out the balloon, at the borders. It just makes it more interesting. A little bit more interesting, design-wise. Okay, I shall see you in a few minutes. Hello there, welcome back. Did I say a few minutes? God almighty, I just don't think sometimes. A few seconds, obviously. Right, now we're going into the inking. You'll notice I've already done the panels and the balloons. So I just do those with a simple marker pen. With Adam and Eve, as with the single panels, I ink all the outlines with a brush. I think it's a 0, number 0 if you like. Works quite well. You don't want it too big. I can do the lines a lot thicker, but you know it's quite nice. I think I've found thickness of line that I like. So yeah, so this is it. As with the single panels, you'll see the beauty of the brush is its thick and thin lines. You can do them a lot nicer with a brush. So I shan't keep you listening to me for too long. I shall speed this little baby up, and you'll see the process. So with that in mind, I shall speak to you towards the end with a little bit of marketing, which is what I do, and at the very end of that, after that, I'll be posting the finished full colour cartoon, because you will notice that there's no background drawn in there. That gets done in Photoshop, and one day I'll do a tutorial on that as well. Okay then, so enjoy the rest of the video. I'll speak to you at the end. Okay, I'm back. All inked up, all speeded up. Hope you enjoyed that. I do love the speeded up stuff. But like I say, if you don't, if you'd rather see the whole thing inked slowly, let me know. Leave a comment in the box below. Any links and everything else that I think are relevant to it, like the Adam and Eve cartoon strip, they'll all be down below. And whilst you're down there, or whilst you're around that area, if you're not a subscriber, please click subscribe. And also there's a little bell icon there. Click the drop down menu and tap always. That way you'll get every tutorial I do, and there's a variety of them. It's not always going to be cartoon strips, but you know, it's whatever I'm drawing at the time on the board. And like I say, the best way to teach anyone to draw cartoons is to look at a cartoonist doing it, because you pick up all the tricks of the trade that they're not even aware they're doing anymore, things they've learned over the years, and they just don't even think about it anymore. So if you subscribe to me, that's how I teach you, purely and simply by doing that. You'll watch me, I'll teach you, and you'll learn. You can always leave questions. I will always answer them just as soon as I see them. And yeah, please do subscribe. If you know anyone else that would like this sort of video, please let them know. Send them a link, and let's see if I can build this channel up to something worthwhile. Right, all that's left for me to do now is to sign it, all important signature, and I'll then take it away and colour it, and you'll see the finished cartoon at the very end. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.